Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Andi Hijrana. You can call me Nana. Today I would like to present a review of the American Sunset Level 4 English module. This review is based on the contents of the module and summarized as lesson. From lesson 1 to lesson 16. During this presentation, I will explain the main story, the charters, and the English longer topics covered in each lesson. I hope this review will help everyone better understand the contents of the module. Thank you for action time. So, lesson 1, I don't like to meet Jeff Bennett. In lesson 1, Linda, Stephen, and Meg are looking for an actor for the new television show Charlotte Murder at Midnight. They choose several actors and decide to meet Jeff Bennett because they think he is the best person for the role. From this lesson, we learn adjectives to describe people such as good, handsome, tall, short, and rich. We also learn comparative adjectives using are and irregular for better. For example, example 1, Jeff is taller than Sam. Example 2, Jeff is a better actor than Sam. This lesson also teaches us how to ask for someone's opinion using expressions like "What do you think?" and "How do you like this apartment?" Lesson 2, but he has everything else. Lesson 2 continues the story when Linda and Stephen interview Jeff Bennett for the television show. They ask him about his experience, talents, and abilities before casting him as an actor. This lesson introduced new adjectives such as intelligent, talented, nervous, photogenic, and energetic. We also learn comparative adjectives using more. For example, example 1, Jeff is more talented than Sam. Example 2, Jeff is more energetic than Sam. Another important topic is agreement and disagreement using expressions like 1, I agree with you. 2, I don't agree. 3, I think you're right. Lesson 3, which city do you like better, New York or Los Angeles? Lesson 3, compares the cities of New York and Los Angeles through the opinions of several people. Some prefer New York because it is busy and exciting. While others prefer Los Angeles because it has beautiful beaches and warm weather. In the lesson, we learn how to compare places using comparative forms. For example, example 1, New York has more skyscrapers than Los Angeles. Example 2, Los Angeles has more sunshine than New York. We also learn to express our preference by answering questions such as 1, which city do you like better? 2, I like New York better. Lesson 4, this new job is my big break. Lesson 4 tells the story of Jeff after he gets a new acting job. believes this opportunity will help him become successful. This lesson introduces useful expressions such as 1. My big break. 2. Make good money. 3. Make it big. 4. A hit. We also learn policy expression used in daily conversation with family and friends, such as thanking someone for dinner and offering help. Lesson 4 is that the talent building in Tono. In lesson 5, Jeff meets his old friend Amy after several years. They talk about changes in their life and also compare different places. The main grammar topic in this lesson is superlative adjective. We use superlative to compare third or more people or things. For example, example 1, the tallest building. Example 2, the oldest child. Example 3, the best lawyer in town. This lesson also explains the spelling rules for forming superlative adjective and helps us describe someone or something as the highest, biggest, oldest, or best in a group. Lesson 6. Test the most convenient location. In lesson 6, Jeff and Mike are playing basketball in the park. While they are playing, they talk about Jeff now live in Stamford. Jeff want to find an apartment because he needs a convenient place to live. Mick give him advice about good location in the city. They also talk about Jeff new job at the television station. Jeff say that Linda Mario is very friendly, but is not sure how to work with Stephen Wynn. Mick tells Jeff to ask Stephen a lot of questions so they can work together better. The lesson focuses on superlative adjectives such as the most convenient, the cheapest, and the most expensive. It also teaches vocabulary about apartments, location, and car. Example sentences. 1. This apartment is the most convenient. 2. The sport car is the most expensive. 3. The station wagon is the cheapest. Maybe I should live downtown. Lesson 7. Three top of the town. In lesson 7, the story is about a famous restaurant called Top of the Town. It is one of the best restaurants in Stamford because it has delicious food, excellent service, and a beautiful view of the city. The restaurant's specialty is broiled chicken with tomato and mushroom sauce. The lesson also includes a letter from Jeff to his friend Tom. In the letter, Jeff talks about his new television jobs, his coworkers Linda Marino and Stephen Wynn, and his plan to find an apartment in Stamford. The lesson food choices on reading comprehension restaurant review. The article, the with place names and superlative adjective. Example sentence. Uh, Top of the town has the best view in Stamford. The chef specialty is broiled chicken. The restaurant is on the 18th floor. I'm looking for an apartment. Linda is very frank. Lesson 8. Is this the best way I can do? In lesson 8, Jeff and Mary Beth go shopping for clothes. They look at sweater, skirt, dresses, and other clothes. And preaches Jeff asks if there are larger or longer clothes because he wants to find the best one. The lesson teaches how to ask for another size or style politely while shopping. The lesson focuses on comparative, adjective, superlative, adjective, and useful expression for shopping. Example sentences. Example 1. Do you have anything larger? Example 2. This skirt is too short. Example 3. That the longest skirt will have. Example 4. I like this sweater. Example 5. Is this the best we can do? Lesson 9. That's your Charles presentation script about 1 minute. Good morning, everyone. Today I would like to explain lesson 9. That's your Charles. In this lesson, the story is about Mary Beth, Rita, Charles, and Mike. They are having lunch together while talking about their work in television and movies. Mary Beth say that she is happy because she has a role in a new TV show. They also choose a new actor named Jeff Bennett. Mary Beth thinks Jeff is a nice person and wants him to become successful. During lunch, they also talk about the food they ordered and the chat whose food belong to home. This is why the lesson focuses on talking about ownership. The main grammar points are possessive pronouns and the possessive form. We use possessive pronouns to show ownership without repeating the noun. For example, we say, this sandwich is mine, that coffee is yours, or those bags are there. We also use to show possession, such as Mary book or Charles sandwich. Here are some example sentences. This pizza is mine. Is this jacket yours? That notebook is her. Charles' coffee is on the table. This book are ours. In John Lucian, This lesson teaches us how to talk about ownership, title in English using possessive pronoun and possessive nouns. Lesson 10. She's as beautiful as her mother. In this lesson, the story begins when Jeff tells Maribeth that he has found a new apartment. Maribeth is happy for him and asks several questions about the apartment. Later, Rita arrives and discovers that Jeff lives in the same building as she does. After that, Maribeth shows some pictures of her new baby to Jeff and Rita. They admire the baby and say many nice things about her. Rita say that the baby is very beautiful and Jeff say that she looks like her mother. This conversation introduces the grammar pattern for making comparisons. The main grammar point is as adjective as we use this pattern to compare two people or things that are equal in a certain quality. For example, she is as beautiful as her mother. The boy is as tall as the girl, and my brother is as active as I am. We can also use the negative form such as is as tall as his father. Here are some example sentences. She is as beautiful as her mother. The baby is as healthy as her brother. Tom is as quiet as his sister. This bag is as heavy as that one. My house is as big as yours. Lesson 11. It has an enormous living room with a fantastic view. Teacher explanation. Today we are going to learn how to describe an apartment or a house and how to rate apartment at 30 segments. First, let's look at the pictures. We can see different rooms such as the living room, bedroom, dining room, kitchen, bedroom, and laundry room. We also learn about utilities like gas, electricity, and water. Next, we rate apartment at 30 segments, test and use many abbreviations. For example, BR means bedroom, APT means apartment, AC means air conditioning, and avail means available. Learning these abbreviations helps us understand housing at 30 segments more easily. Finally, we read Jeff's letter about his new apartment. From the letter, we learn how to describe an apartment using adjectives such as large, convenient, and comfortable. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe a house or apartment and understand basic apartment advertisements. Lesson 12. Just be as calm as you can. Teacher explanation. In this lesson, we continue the story about Jeff. This time, we watch a rehearsal for the play Murder at Midnight. We learn about the characters and what they say during practice. The main grammar point is the difference between so and was. Was asked about possession. For example, what book is this? Was is the contradiction of who is. For example, was the director will also study English in intonation. Yes or no questions usually have reaching it intonation will questions and statements usually have falling intonation. Good pronunciation and intonation make our English sound more natural. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to use was and was to and speak with better intonation. Lesson 13. Do you know how my name is spelled? Teacher explanation. In today's lesson, we learn about the present passive voice. We use the passive voice when we want to focus on the action or the result instead of the person who performs the action. The basic pattern is the past participle. For example, the museum is located in Stamford, or the pouch is made of cotton. We also learn the negative form, such as the pouch is made of cotton. In the story, we also learn about the characters in Murder at Midnight and practice talking about actor and their roles. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to recognize and use the present passive in both positive and negative sentences, and talk about people and things using passive structures. Lesson 14. It was given to me over 40 years ago. Today I would like to explain lesson 14. It was given to me over 40 years ago. In this lesson, the story is about Mary, Beth, Jeff, and Rita. They are talking about an old watch that belonged to Jeff. Jeff explains that the watch is very special because it was given to him by his grandfather more than 40 years ago. Although the watch is old, it is still valuable because it has sentimental value. From this conversation, we learn how to talk about things that happened in the past without focusing on the person who did the action. The main grammar point is the past passive voice, whereas the pattern was or were past participle to describe actions in the past when the receiver of the action is more important than the doer. For example, the watch was given to me over 40 years ago. The letter was written yesterday, and the house was built in 1980. This lesson also teaches us some useful expression for talking about a valuable or meaningful object and their history. Lesson 15. If it had happened, they wouldn't have met. In this lesson, the story is about Jeff and Mary Beth. They talk about how important events in life can change the future. They realize that if certain things had not happened, they would never have met each other. The story shows that sometimes unexpected events can lead to good opportunities and new friendship. It also encourages us to think about how different our life means if the past had been different. The main grammar point in this lesson is the third conditional. We use this structure to talk about unreal or imaginary situations in the past. The pattern is if past perfect will have past participle. For example, if it had rained, we will have gone to the park, or if she had studied harder, she would have passed the exam. These sentences describe situations that did not actually happen. This lesson also helps us express regret, imagine different results, and talk about causes and effects in the past. In conclusion, lesson 15 teaches us how to use the third conditional to discuss unreal past situations and their possible result, making our English more natural and expressive. Lesson 16. Was anything stolen from this room? Today I would like to explain lesson 16. Was anything stolen from this room? This lesson continues the mystery after Benjamin Morris is found dead. Detective Stone investigates the case. Questions Diana, Tony, and Philip, and tries to find out if anything was stolen for the museum. The lesson teaches base form and past participle, active and passive voice, and review the simple past passive. The pattern is subject was where past participle example are the museum was entered, Ben was hit, and was anything stolen from this room. The auxiliary verb are was, were, and did. We also learn new vocabulary such as detective, trim, killer, information, and chats. In conclusion, this lesson teaches us how to use the passive voice, recognize base forms and past participles, use auxiliary verbs correctly, and understand the mystery in investigation. Thank you. you.